Welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician. Today we're going to be going into the Amazon deals, but these are going to be Black Friday deals that are still going on and Cyber Monday deals. I'll also have videos coming today or tomorrow for the same kind of deals going on at Lowe's. I'll have another one for Home Depot, and then I'll have another one for Harbor Freight. So if you guys want to see a lot of deals that are still going on right now, go ahead and check those videos out. Some of them might already be posted at this time. So go ahead and check out the channel. If you guys enjoy these videos, please make sure to smash that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below of your guys' thoughts or if you've picked up any of these items. If you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. All of these items that we go over will be linked down in the description for you guys if you guys are interested in them. Also, keep in mind these are just a few of the deals that are going on. There are tons of deals going on right now, so it's all just a matter of searching. In previous videos that I've done, we've went over some of these universal sockets. Universal sockets are a little bit more expensive than just using a universal joint and using a socket with it, but they're really nice to have because it just makes it quicker, easier to use than a universal joint and socket. With these types of sockets, they can get quite expensive. This is one that I had never heard of the brand of, but saw that they had a deal going on. It looks like a pretty nice little set, very good coverage, 8 to 22 millimeter. It does skip 23 millimeter, but it looks like everything else is included in the set. I think it's a pretty nice little set. Let me know your guys' thoughts or what brand you have, what you decided to go with, but this one is at just under $59. The typical price is $70. It has 4.6 stars at 53 ratings. Like I said, I don't have personal experience with this one, but I think for the price, it's a pretty good set. Next up, if you're not looking at picking up an impact rated universal socket, maybe you just want some chrome ones, they're going to be a little bit more cost friendly, I should say. This is from a brand that I've never heard of before either. I own the Astro Pneumatic set in 1/4 inch and 3/8. This is a little bit cheaper than that, but it still looks to be decent quality, and it's kind of hard to mess these up. But I think $23.18 is a really good price. The typical price on this is just under $29, so a little bit of savings there. This is a 10-piece set, 3/8 drive, 10 to 19 millimeter. This has 4.6 stars at 115 ratings. Next up, we're looking at the Tekton 3/8 drive 6-point socket set. This is the 46-piece set. They do have a larger 3/8 drive set, which I believe is around like $150. This is the smaller version. The other one just includes a few more sizes. It's got a wider range of SAE and metric. This one goes for SAE 5/16 to 3/4, and metric is 8 to 19 millimeters. So kind of your more standard sizes in here, your most common sizes, but they do have a larger one available. I don't believe it's on sale. This one's at $80.75, down from a list price of $95. And I really enjoy Tekton tools, especially when you can get them on sale now that their prices have went up quite a bit in the last 4 or 5 years, unfortunately. So if you can get a Tekton set that's on sale, I think it's always a good deal. This has 4.9 stars at 3,188 ratings, and I think at $80.75, it's definitely a good deal. They also have a 1/4 inch drive set that I've reviewed a few times, and that normally sits right now at the $90 price range. So the fact that you can get the 3/8 drive set for cheaper than the 1/4 inch drive set, I think that's a good purchase. Next up, we're looking at the Dewalt 20-volt max oscillating multi-tool. This one has 3 speeds. I believe this is the exact same one that I have, the DCS 356, but this being the Delta 1, it's going to include a battery, a charger, and some accessories with it. I just bought mine bare tool, and it came with these 2 standard blades down here, but that was it. And I want to say I paid $160 or $170 for mine, but I bought it in stores at Lowe's, and I ended up getting 2 free power stack batteries with it. So that was a good deal for me, even though I wasn't paying the best price for the tool, paying a little bit extra and not having to buy $150 in batteries. It was still a good deal. I think this is a really good deal. No, you're not getting 2 power stack batteries, but you're getting a few more attachments for it. You're getting a 2 amp hour battery and a charger in a bag. I think that's a good deal at $129, and the list price of this is $269. So at $130, I think this is a good deal. This is 4.8 stars, 4,802 ratings. So here we have the Gearwrench 84-piece master bit socket set, and I've had this since, maybe 2016, And I absolutely love this little bit socket set. It covers a huge range of Torx and Allen. The quality is really good for the price that you pay. You also get some e-Torx or external Torx as well included in this set. Now, back when I bought mine, there weren't a whole lot of other brands selling sets like this. They were either ridiculously expensive, and a lot of them on the tool truck, or you had to buy like smaller sets and kind of piece together a set this size. So there weren't a whole lot of options. I think I paid $75 for mine back in the day. Now this set typically runs $108. You'll see it throughout the year on Amazon for basically $98 to $130. And I can't remember, is it Ace or Tractor Supply sells it, and every once in a while you can still get it for roughly $75, $80. But other than that, this is probably the second best price I've seen for this set in quite some time at $90, which I still think it's a great buy at that price. But if you can get it in the 70s, that's fantastic. But still at the $90 price range, I still think it's a fantastic set. I like that it includes tamper-proof Torx, Allens, and you get long ball Allens and Torx. So it's a really good variety. This is an 84-piece set. This has 4.7 stars at 2,087 ratings. Next up, like I was saying, back when I purchased mine, there weren't a whole lot of brands out there. Now, I've never heard of this brand. I don't have experience with this brand, but there are tons of other brands out there now selling sets very, very similar to that Gearwrench one we just looked at. This one is a 107-piece set, so a little bit larger than the set that we just looked at, and it looks like it's got really good coverage. It looks like it's got a nice low profile design. Some of the socket sizes compared to the bits installed into them look a little bit different than what we saw, from the Gearwrench. There's a little bit different build quality here, but I think with how short the bits are, I think they're going to hold up fairly well. There might be a few in here that neck down portion is going to be the weak spot, but I still think for the price, this is a really good set for what's included, especially if you're a weekend warrior DIYer. I don't know what the warranty is going to be like on this brand, but this is basically the exact same price as the Gearwrench, but you're just getting 25 more pieces or so. So at $86.39, down from a typical price of $108. So it's typically the same price as that other Gearwrench one we saw. This one has 4.5 stars at 461 ratings. And then here's the Cassaman. While I have no experience with Cassaman, I have actually heard of this brand, or maybe I've just seen it a lot on Amazon, but I have heard others talk about it. And I believe this is basically the same set that we were just looking at. This one is at just under $64 and a typical price of basically $80, 4.3 stars at 238 ratings. Let me know your guys' experience if you guys have used the Cassaman or this Rimcolo brand. Next up, we're looking at a set from Bosch. This is their 12-volt max cordless 2-tool combo kit. It's a 3/8 drill driver and a 1/4-inch impact driver. It's going to include two 2-amp-hour batteries, a charger, and a case, which I think is a nice little set. I don't have much experience with Bosch. I don't own Bosch, but I know a lot of people that are happy with them. And I think for any weekend warrior DIYer, this is a great little set if you just need something small, compact, light, and able to do a good majority of jobs. This is at $100. The list price is $180. This has 4.7 stars at 6,427 ratings. Here's just a little bit of information on it if you guys would like to pause and read some of that. And I'll move it up just a little bit so you guys can read the rest of that, get a little bit of the details on each one of the tools. But once again, all of these items will be linked down in the description for you guys if you guys want to check them out, or just look up some more of the specs. But we got a lot to go over. Next up is the Vacmaster Beast series. This is a really good and popular shop vac. This one's at $85, down from a list price of $100. This has 4.6 stars at 7,957 ratings. If you detail your own vehicles, or maybe you just need it for around the shop or garage, this is a fantastic shop vac. It's very compact. It's still got a 5-gallon capacity on it, so it still holds plenty, even if you're detailing quite a bit of cars. Those huge shop vacs, those are more for construction and things where you're picking up a massive amount of stuff throughout the day. But any detailing company, you want something, or even just home use, something small, a little bit lighter, easier to move around. You don't need a 15-gallon or anything like that. These 5-gallon ones are perfect. This shop vac has very good suction with the 5.5 peak horsepower, kind of rating these in horsepower is kind of like a gimmick thing, but this shop vac is very powerful, and it's definitely a very popular one when it comes to detailing. So if you just need it for shop or home use, it's going to be a great little shop vac for that as well. The other one that I suggest looking up is the rigid one, but Vacmaster definitely has some fantastic shop vacs. Next up is the Wen miter saw stand. This is a collapsible rolling stand, and this is at 4.4 stars with 3,269 ratings. This is down to $82.50, down from a typical price of basically $100. I have a miter saw stand, and it doesn't have the wheels, and it's not quite as nice as this, and I want to say I paid roughly the same price. And when I have a couple items from them, now this isn't a power tool. They have a bunch of power tools, and they're kind of known for your cheaper power tools, but a lot of them are quite reliable, and this isn't even a power tool, so it's kind of hard to mess up, but I definitely think this is a good deal. There are some out there that don't even have as many features as this, or isn't as versatile as this, that run much higher in price. So I think $82 is a really good price for this, especially down from the typical price of basically $98. Like here they have a deluxe one. I'm not sure what the brand even is on this one, and it's at $128. You got a much cheaper design over here at $130. So I mean, $82 for this stand I think is a really good deal. It is extendable. This one even has a power outlet. I did not know that actually, so that's kind of a cool feature. I do not have that on mine. So there's a little bit of the details if you would like to pause and read that. Next up is the Gearwrench 20-piece screwdriver set. Now I go over a ton of screwdriver sets on my channel, a lot of them, you know, made in Germany or the Czech or PB Swiss or Japan screwdrivers like Vessel. I go over tons of those. Now, while this isn't made in the USA, I still think this is a really good screwdriver set, especially at the price. I have the old version of this with the red and black handle, and it comes in a little blow molded case. It still does. Identical to it. All they've done is change the screwdriver handles in the last few years to their new design. It's a really nice full set of screwdrivers. You get a couple stubbies, a few micro or precision screwdrivers, and then you get all of your most common screwdrivers. There you can see some of the slotted have the hex base feature for additional torque. You got a cabinet screwdriver, your Phillips 1, 2, and 3. The 2 and 3 do have the hex base on them. And then here you have the speed caps on some of the precision ones. And then they do include a couple of torques as well. So it's a nice size set. And I haven't had any issues with any of mine. And they're at $63.84, down from a typical price of $75.23. This has 4.8 stars at 484 ratings. Here we're looking at the Lexavon butane soldering iron. Now these things are fantastic. I ran an old larger Weller soldering gun for quite a while. That thing worked fantastic, but pretty bulky, and sometimes certain situations it's just not great for. So I picked up the Capri one, which I absolutely love, but this thing is a steal. At $34, you basically have all the same things that I have with my Capri set, but at a really good price, under $34, typically $40. This has 4.5 stars with a ton of ratings, 17,326 to be exact. Tons of different attachments for it. You have your little sponge cleansing area over here. Then you get some solder with it, all in this little EVA foam that's tucked inside of a hard case, which I think is a nice little setup. So I think at $34, this is a great buy if you don't already have one, if you do a decent amount of soldering, or if you don't do it all that much. At $34, I think that's a great buy. Here we have the Wen 2.3 amp 8-inch 5-speed cast iron benchtop drill press. I've had good experiences with them. My favorite tool of all time is their $18 rotary tool, which has lasted me almost 10 years, and I've used 200-300 times, and it's been an absolute beast. So it's all a matter of just doing your research on the certain Wen products you may be interested in, but I think a lot of them are worth it, just depending on how much work you do. This one is at $86.08, down from a typical price of $102.48. This has 4.5 stars at 432 ratings. They do have multiple different size drill presses as well. This is just the first one I came across that was on the Cyber Monday deal. Keep in mind some of the other larger ones and stuff will come with additional features as well. Next up, we're looking at the Dewalt T-stack 2-drawer system. So if you run the Dewalt T-stack setup, even this Cyber Monday deal, I do not believe is worth it. It is at $66.81, down from a ridiculous typical price of $97.63 for a bunch of plastic with a couple of 4-drawer slides on it. I think that is a ridiculous price. Even this Cyber Monday price is ridiculous. I don't think it's worth that either. It's a nice little design. It really is, but not for this price. This has 4.7 stars at 1,840 ratings, but if you're running the T-stack setup, tell me why that one is on sale for $66. So there are still things out there that you need to be careful of. Even on deals, it's always worth doing the research. This T-stack one is at $32, down from list price of $40, has 4.8 stars at 18,289 ratings. This Craftsman one, this is the Versus stack, exact same thing. Once again, it's sold out, but when I added it to the list a little while ago, it was at $31.49. So obviously this one sold out the fastest because the other one is priced really horribly, and hopefully nobody purchases that. But like I said, it's always worth doing your research and comparing prices. But this one has 4.8 stars at 338 ratings, and any of the Versus stack stuff will work with the T-stack stuff. So it's always worth checking out both of them. Next up is the NOCO battery boosters or jump boxes. These things are fantastic. I've used tons of knockoffs in the past, and while they've done good over, a few jumps here and there, if you want something that's going to live a long life and be reliable, these NOCOs are by far the best ones that I've ever used. This one is the 1000 amp, and it's good for 6-liter gasoline engines and up to 3-liter diesel engines. Very reliable jump packs, and this has 4.6 stars at 108,582 ratings and is at $79.96, down from a list price of basically $125. But they have tons of other size options available. I think these are fantastic jump packs. So if you don't have one, they're also good to keep in vehicles just in case of an emergency. Next up is one that I actually don't personally own this, but my buddy that's wrapping my Camaro for me has this. His is from Powerbuilt, and they've updated it since he purchased his. There are tons of brands selling this same shop stool. V-Ford seems to have a pretty decent setup here. You can find them as low as $50, I believe, and some of them over $120, $130. Now, some of the cheaper ones are going to have these smaller, cheaper casters that are going to trip up on every tiny little rock. These are the upgraded wheels. This one also includes, while it doesn't look fantastic, it does include a sponge-style seat of some sort. But I even sat on his for a while, and while it's just this kind of curved plastic, it's actually pretty dang comfortable. It rolls really well. These kind of snap into the side, and then this center section here actually pulls out into a little drawer. And while I've had really expensive little shop seats, I think for this price, this is a really good little design. It's extremely lightweight, because some of the more expensive ones that I've owned, while they've been really good quality, they've also been really heavy. And this thing is just easy to bring around anywhere. Here's one at $50 from DNA. It's got the cheaper casters. They're smaller, and they're the plastic ones. Adams Polishes has one as well. I think they have the cheaper wheels on it. Standard hard plastic wheels, I believe. So I definitely think the price at $70 for this, even though this isn't a Cyber Monday deal, it's priced better than some of the Cyber Monday shop stools, and I love how lightweight this is. Here's another one from OEM Tools at $89, exact same thing without the upgraded wheels. Here's the Powerbuilt one with the big wheels on it at $164. I don't believe that's worth it. But yeah, tons of companies selling this same one. It's just finding the one that best fits your needs and at the best price possible. This has 4.4 stars at 833 ratings at about $70. So that's it as far as the late running Black Friday deals and Cyber Monday deals. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to smash that thumbs up. Once again, all of these will be linked down in the description for you guys. And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.